Summer of 2015, I saw an ad for a puppy that needed to be rehomed. I'm Taylor, and this is Ozzy's story for GeoBeats. They were moving somewhere that he couldn't go. He was literally just perfect. One brown eye and one striking blue eye, and he was everything.
What are you doing?
I took him home. He was so hyper and just 120 miles per hour. Had a whole lot of life in him. September of last year, we noticed that he was limping. I took him to the vet. They took him back to get some x-rays, and about 10 minutes later, the vet comes back in and, and she doesn't bring Ozzy back with her. And she comes in and she puts the x-rays up, and she points to this splotch where his bone is on his leg, and she says, this is a tumor. He has osteosarcoma. And so, of course, I'm just devastated. I called my husband, and he was in a meeting. He left work and he came. We were given the option, do pain meds and not do anything, and he can maybe live about 2 months. We can do an amputation and not do chemo, and prognosis is about 4 to 6 months. Or we can do amputation and chemo, and prognosis is about 9 to 12 months on average. We decided to do amputation and chemo, and our vet is amazing. So they did his amputation the same day that he was diagnosed, which was October 4th. I went back to pick him up, and I'm bawling. The vet tech walks in and she says, it'll be really hard to see him, but she said he's in great spirits. And just so you know, he ate someone's peanut butter toast this morning even. So he's just always been so resilient and brave. They brought him in, and he was walking on his own, and he had his cone on. And I sat down on the floor, on the vet floor, and he just kind of laid down on top of me. The next 2 weeks, we slept downstairs on a mattress topper with him so that he wouldn't have to go up and downstairs. The surgeon said he would be basically normal. He's got so much energy. He's thriving. We started chemo a month after diagnosis, and he's had 5 rounds. The day of chemo is hard. He's sick for about 3 to 4 hours, and then he goes to sleep, and he wakes up. So fast. And the next day is like nothing happened again. And we have a good 2 or 3 weeks, and then chemo day comes around again. After every chemo session, my dad did Uber Eats. They live in a different state, and he sent him ice cream. Every time he calls me, he says, how's your son doing? Because he knows how much that he means to me. My dad, he's had that very similar experience of going through something like this. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2016 in February. He's been in remission since then, and we're super thankful for that. My dad feels close to him. Connecting with a dog who can't speak with you, but going through a similar journey was where they made that connection. We adopted Lulu 2 years ago. She's kind of a big, goofy girl. Normally, she's very hyper, always pawing at someone or laying on top of them. After his amputation, she was just so gentle with him. She knew, okay, he's fragile. I can't just start getting zoomies around here or anything like that. She definitely smells him a lot more. We're just so happy that he has that friend here to kind of keep him going.
Ozzy, come here. Hi.
Everyone's looking out for him now. He has 1 more, and then we're done with chemo. Our fridge is just full of get well cards for him. I started to look at different things that could help him be more mobile. He loves to hike, loves to go to the beach, he loves to go kayaking. He does get very tired. It's a lot of weight on his front end. One of my friends put up this post, and people actually donated money and bought it for us, the bag that we use for him.
Ozzy!
We used that to hike about 7 miles. So it was pretty heavy, but he enjoyed it. We've kind of figured out ways to help him to be able to still do the things that he's enjoyed. Because if we didn't do that and we were just prolonging his life, that would just be selfish on our part. We are very close. I've had him longer than I've had my husband. He was there when I got engaged. He was in the hotel room after we got married. He went on our honeymoon with us.
Ozzy, look. Ozzy.
He's moved 14 times with me, and we've lived in 4 different states.
Ozzy, look. Ozzy. Look. Ozzy.
He's really been that rock and that stability for me through it. So it's hard to imagine not having that.